guys, thanks for coming back to my channel this week. I am a child of the 90s. In the 90s, there were lots of boy and girl band groups that were very popular. I was a huge fan of the Spice Girls. So much that all I wanted for Christmas one year, or was it my birthday? I don't know. I can't remember that detail, but I know there was one year where all I wanted were the Spice Girl dolls, the Barbies. All 5 of them. I had to have all 5 of them. I didn't want anything else. Just give me the dolls, please. And I got them. I loved them. I played with them. I put them back in the boxes when I was done with them. I took such great care of them. And then I grew up, and all of my childhood stuff ended up in boxes, somewhere in a basement, somewhere in the garage, like in the rafters. And my Spice Girls ended up in a box, in a garage, in the rafters. Lots of things happen in garages. Lots of creatures live in garages. My Spice Girl dolls did not survive the garage. Rats got to them. Chewed them up. I was so distraught. And then I had an idea. Along with my friends, we haphazardly created zombie Spice Girls. Poor Ginger. Them rats totally took her whole melon, man. All gone. And I say haphazardly because look, I mean, they're not great. They're okay. They're not great. They even have real mold on them because after we painted them, guess where they ended up? In a box in a basement for years. So, no more. Today, I'm going to completely redo my zombie Spice Girls. First thing I'm gonna do is take off the clothes. And I'm gonna spray them with some gray primer. Yep, there they are. So now we're just gonna go through and then I'm gonna tape up their hair and we're gonna spray paint them gray.
How not to spray paint, Danny Dunn.
Yeah, I'm not a great spray painter.
Are you tired of your painted objects not having drips? Paint like this.
It doesn't matter, they're zombies. They're gonna be drippy. What are you supposed to do?
No, I think there's a happy in between, probably. Just do it up.
Poor Geri. We never found her head where the rats took it. Fizz hangs out down here. When I do crafts and stuff, I'll move him, but this is where he kicks it. Anyway, the last time we saw these, well, for you guys, it's been a few moments, but for me, it's probably been a month because I got discouraged. And then I was like, well, we'll just wait it out and see. But what had happened was, I primered the Barbies, as you saw, but the legs never dried. They were sticky. They've been sticky for a month. So today I took some acetone and took off, you know, the gray primer on the rubbery legs. I tried to wash the paint out of the hair, but it's not coming out. So however this hair is done up, that's how it's done up. So today we're gonna start painting these. Playing with my Barbies. Playing with my Barbies. Playing with my Barbies. Playing. She looks like she's ripping apart. Somehow, we got her necklace in her mouth. And her mouth is hanging on by like the littlest bit. So I want to try to get her necklace out. I don't want to cut the necklace off. I want to leave it there, but I don't know how we... Did we just go over it like this? Oh, please don't break the bottom jaw. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, you still see some of the original paint on there. Oh yeah, here we go. My second voiceover. Anyway, these are the paints that I picked. They're real earthy, neutral tones. And I started out using a sponge brush, mixing a couple colors together at a time, and then sponging them onto the Barbies. It makes a really cool texture. And you know, zombies come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. So with each new Barbie, I added a different colored paint to the sponge just to make them stand out from one another. Obviously, I started with the front of the Barbies. By the time I made it to the 5th one, the first one was dry, so I flipped her over to do the back, which was a little tricky. I had to remember what paint combinations I used on all 5 of them. Wow, look at this freak show. Yeah. Yeah, they're all drying. You can see the ones that are shiny are wet. The ones that aren't shiny are pretty much dry. I'm going to put the fan on them for about 10 minutes and then I'll be back and I'm going to start adding some detail to them. I added lots of detail to these ladies. I started out by adding blood around their stumps and their cuts by mixing up a couple different shades of red with black. Not only did I use the paintbrush, but I also found out that using my finger to smear the red, paint around gave it a really cool look. I love the way that turned out. For Ginger's head, since it was gone, I started with black because I wanted it, to add the depth of a hole, and her head being gone. So there's that. I mixed up some tans and creams to make different bone pieces around some of the Barbies. And I used those same colors for teeth as well. Yeah, I kind of went nuts with the stitches. These girls got stitches everywhere. And the way I did the stitches, the way it was easiest for me, was on one side of the stitch line, I did dots where I wanted the lines to be, and then I just drew thin lines going across, as you can see here. And also here. And of course I had to add makeup to them. They're the Spice Girls. I let all the paint thoroughly dry and came back with some rubber cement, trusty old rubber cement, and started gluing different types of moss to them. Got crunchy moss on the thigh. We got fuzzy moss on some bellies. I had to give Posh a garter belt. That's Posh. Sometimes it was easier to use a toothpick to put the moss on too because my fingers were getting sticky. Ooh, and I glued so much moss into their hair. So I'm laying in bed, I'm trying to go to sleep, and like a true weirdo, I'm just laying there thinking about how I could make these Barbies a little bit better. And so I took a hot glue gun and I created tendons around her mouth. Number one, it's going to hold that jaw on. Number two, it looks amazing. I mean, it's gross. That's the point. And I mean, I couldn't stop there. If I could create fake flesh with hot glue, couldn't I create bone pieces or little bone nubs, I guess they would be called? And oh, I didn't stop there. I had to create a spine for Ginger because her head got ripped off, but that doesn't mean her spine was gone. I just layered up hot glue, let it dry, and kept rolling it around with a toothpick. Ooh, and here I created some guts for Posh. You can do so many things with hot glue. Hot glue for the win. Oh my gosh, they are done. They look so awesome. I went on ahead and clear coated them with that. But let's get a closer look. This is Geri. I gave her some bone hanging out of her neck. Little bones on her stump. Some scars and moss. Man, the rats really chewed her up. Like, those are divots and, those pock marks are from the rats. They chewed her up. Chewed her up. Sporty Spies. She had a cut in her leg, but we, ripped it out. And then I'll put a little bone in there. Snap, snap. She's some moss. Her funky hair. I gave her gold tooth. Bling bling, Sporty Spice and a gold tooth. What? She had to have her gold tooth back. She deserves it. Alright. And Baby Spice. Her eyes all messed up. She's hungry, baby. I like the little, slash marks. Put some moss around her pigtails. Her bloody stump. Those look like maggots instead of moss. we put that gash there. Posh is really fun. Check her out. Oh man. Look at that jaw. Put some moss in her hair. You could really see like a lot of the Barbie doll skull, so I wanted to cover that up as best I could. Ooh, and then she got guts. I gave her some guts falling out and some moss and some guts. Oh, she got her little bone piece here. That's not one that I created with hot glue. That's from the Barbie leg itself. Oh, she had a garter belt, I believe. So I gave her a little mossy garter belt. It's kind of perfect. Rats. Ooh. I think Scary Spice turned out to be my favorite. And I mean, please take notice, I did do makeup on them. Look, they've got highlighter on them. That's the same green that I used on Regal, that little highlighter. I did it up on all of them. They're beautiful zombies. She got some fresh blood. She's all cut up. Her rib. Ugh. Ugh. Gosh, they are gross. I think I did a pretty good job on these. Oh, I painted her snake up for her. Gave it little red eyes. Did that up. Put moss in her hair. Scratches on the back. I didn't do too much with her back because I'm still going to put clothes on these ladies. They're going to get their outfits back on. I didn't do anything to the outfits. The outfits are as is. These are their little bloody stomps that I added. I added hot glue to make it look like bone was still in there. Worked out really well. And yes, I finally did my nails. Now that I'm done with this project, I did my nails. Alright, so that's them without their clothes on. I'm going to dress them up. And if my neighbors didn't already think I was like a complete wackadoo, they're going to see me out there playing with zombie Barbies now because I'm going to do a photo shoot with them. It's really like gray and dreary out there right now. I think it's going to be perfect for some zombie stuff. So, yeah, that's where you'll get to see their outfits. There they are, the zombie Spice Girls. They're looking pretty awesome out here. Their little wooded setup, all their creepy ways. Scary zombies. My neighbors probably think I am off my rocker. What is she doing back there? Being a freak. Well guys, that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. And until next week guys, keep on marching to the beat of your own drum.